just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is DJ Reed returning. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Bronco offense with Drew Lock from Missouri in charge.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
On first down, Lock. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Lock's throw caught by Sutton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 29. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the chains, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
The tackle made.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
On the pickup.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They look to throw. It's Lock. This is White on the screen. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
Good.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 18.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. 1st and goal from the 6. They'll run here with Freeman. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but now it's 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Locke. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting the loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked.
10-10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The numbers for Sanders last week, 12 carries, 125 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this is caught by Jackson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
It's a pickup of
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
15-yard line.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Number 38.
The 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 10-yard line. That's the end of the first
start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Makes the score.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They fell last week at the hands of the Washington football team, but they've got the lead right now. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Lock on the give. It's Lindsey. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On on second down. It's Lindsey, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because
they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. But no doubt that changes things. Instead of putting 3 more points on the board, they surrender 6 the other way, and they also surrender the lead.
My math's not that great, but that's a 9-point swing, likely to become 10 after they add the extra point.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there to start their next drive, Philip Lindsay and the Broncos. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught by Judy. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sense that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They worked very well there for a first down.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Locke on the left side. A catch by White. Give him 8 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Locke working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over a 1st and 10. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Hurts. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Buying time to his left. This ball complete to Rager. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25 yards.
We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say, I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Now, he doesn't need to change much personally. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's White. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
A 7-yard pick.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Locke. He completes this to Sutton. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So we reach halftime. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Broncos 7.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return will stop right around the 25. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Taken down.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. but let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Sanders. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Reagor with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. This is the tight end Fant. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. The pass there complete to Sutton, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Denver Broncos.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
They'll try the draw. Lindsey. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
The tackle made.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. out of the air. Lock. That's caught left side by Judy. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Lock. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
A 49-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16.
29.
So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low, but his line does a nice job of protecting. He's able to convert for 3.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the break, aren't they?
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
First throw now for the backup Wentz. Dancing to his left. That's caught. It's John Hightower. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 27. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he finds his tight end. It's Hurts. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away. And this is caught in the end zone by Jalen Reagor. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Reagor with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
At their own.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll throw right away. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jannard Avery. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You can see the thought process there. With his speed, they were hoping he could pop one. Instead, the coverage was good, and they forced the incompletion.
Locked to throw for it on 4th. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 16. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but now it's 3rd and goal.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun, it's Hurts, escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, though. He's fallen off since.
You have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jannard Avery picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Now Locke. This is White on the screen. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Again, it's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yards. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because You and I both know, heck, they knew. But this is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it.